Whew. Well, good morning, everyone. I did make it into Castle Mountain Ski Resort. The pub was open, so I had a nice salad, burgers, fries, a few refills of Sprite, and overall it was a delicious meal. Now, that's where the boring part ends. So when I was walking out of the little pub, the guy stopped to me and he's like, "Oh yeah, so you're getting the GDT?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Yeah, so just so you know, there's been a grizzly bear mama and her little kid spotted around the resort these past few days, so just be aware of that." I'm like, "Alright, sure, no problem. Not a big deal, I know there's bears around here." And then I'm crossing the bridge just to get out of town, just to go find a spot to sleep, and then a guy's like, "Oh hey, I see a bear at 1 kilometer away. Just be aware, it's a black bear this time." I'm like, "Oh boy, well, this is getting interesting." So then I hung my food bag, I don't know, very far away just to make sure. And then I slept with both of my doors open just in case. And I had my bear spray and my bear horn at the ready, but thankfully it doesn't look like I will need any of it. It's like 6:30 the next day, and I got about 20 Ks to go or something like that today, with one little rise. Oh, Enrich is going. One little rise until I get to Lynx Creek, and then we'll have a pretty chill night. Alright, so I just had breakfast at the pub. It was really salty. Some hash browns, some eggs, and some like sausage patty with some bread. Good filling. I was able to use the toilet very effectively to relieve myself instead of doing it in the bushes, which is really nice. And now I think it's like a 6K road walk or something like that to the trailhead. Today is the first cloudy day of the trip, but at least if the weatherman is to be believed, we're still not going to get any rain, so fingers crossed we get through Section A with no rain. But yeah, I just passed Young, who's a fellow GDT hiker that I've been around in the past few days. He stopped at the point where I was when I started my 12K challenge. He started walking at 7, got in to Castle Ski Resort at 10, and then he's gonna go eat a good breakfast or lunch or something like that. Good for him. It's good to get some nice town food when we're on these hikes. Alright, just coming up to the end of the 6K road walk. Gonna fill up on some water here, and I believe I'm headed up in there to go over a pass and then down to the campground for tonight. Love seeing the icons. Makes it a lot simpler. It's kind of an uneventful place, but I just crossed 100 kilometers on the trail, which is the most Ks I've ever done, and the longest trip I've ever had so far, because the longest I've had before was 3 days. I'm on day 6 at the moment. Whew. Wish I wasn't on the side of a big ass hill that I've been climbing for a while. But yeah, alas, there it is. There wasn't a marker or anything, but I just noticed that I was at 100 kilometers on the Gut Hooks app. It's around 2 p.m. now. I had a good, hour 15-minute lunch break by this little river here. Just got over the high point of the day. About to leave. I don't know. Today I've been having a bit of a meh day where there's not too much excitement. There's no big climbs. The distance is like 20 Ks. It's been a road walk and like an uphill so far. Just like meh. I'm just trying to get through it. Get to tomorrow where
looks to be a little bit more elevation, a little bit more excitement. You get on top of some ridges and stuff like that. And then looking forward to heading into Coleman the day after. I think having that little break and access to Wi-Fi for a couple hours there, or the past couple meals I've had, it's just like snapped me out of this like hiking zone where, you know, nothing really matters. You're just doing your thing, waking up, walking, eating, getting water, sleeping, and good going on. And then you get a slow day like today's, and you're just like, meh. Anyways, I'm gonna get packed up, head out of here. We got like 10-ish kilometers to Lynx Creek, the campground. I'll try and camp in the free spots that are in Provincial Park just outside the campground and sneak in there for some shower if that's a possibility. Because that would be nice to go to bed not super sticky, because it's probably going to be quite warm again. It's been quite warm here the past few days, and you're barely draping the quilt over, and I'm just dying of sweat. Not really dying, but it's just uncomfortable. So, yep. Well, let's head out of here. Well, I've just been walking on this road here for the past, I don't know, hour and a half. It's been going through sections where it's a bit more meadowy, and then it's a bit more in the woods, and the road's nicer, but I've got like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 Ks till we get to, I think, an actual gravel road that cars drive down. And it's just a little walk to another road where I can just camp pretty much anywhere along the river. Alright, so I got into camp. I'm staying at Lynx Creek Campground. Decided to bite the bullet and pay the, I don't know, $25, because why not? I was walking through here with Young, and then it was a really nice spot, so I took it. And then, yeah, so I'm about to cook some supper. I went for a little bath in the river since it was actually quite warm, and got to wash some clothes, which is really nice because I still got about a day and a half out here before I head into town. And then the 2 ladies from Revelstoke that I've been hiking with, tents down there, decided to join in, and they said, why not? Why don't we split a camp spot and make it cheaper for both of us? And that's what we're doing. So yeah, gonna have a chill night, eat some mashed potatoes with some bacon, and go to bed. Tomorrow I got like a 20K hike with, I don't know, something like 1,000 meters elevation, which is a good amount, but it's nothing crazy. Good morning, everyone. It's about 9 a.m. I just left Lynx Creek Campground. Once again, I kind of dawdled around. I don't have a crazy day today, so took my time to get out of here. Had an amazing night chatting with my fellow GDT hikers. I shared a campground with the 2 girls, like I said before, and now we're heading off. About 20 Ks with around 1,000 meters of elevation. Right now, as you can see outside, it is quite smoky and cloudy. It's like drizzling a tiny bit right now, so no need to put the rain gear on yet, but if it gets any worse, it'll be going on super fast. But yeah, it's first rain of the trip, and we'll see where it takes us. Well, I got on top of the first ridge of the day, and as you can kind of see, I'm inside of a cloud right now. So it is very damp, very humid. I'm sweating like crazy, and there's just no relief. But oh well, I made it up, so let's keep going. At least we're on some sort of a ATV track, which At least we're almost not bushwhacking like we were doing yesterday. Alright, well now I am just walking around Coleman, probably like 9Ks out at this point. Just walking around, looking for camp spots. The spot I was maybe thinking of staying at was basically on a road, so that's not great. So I'm just kind of looking around as I'm walking, see what happens, and if I happen to stumble into Coleman, I don't know, I'll figure something out. Alright, so I really didn't find much camping space, and it's like 5 o'clock, and I was like, I don't want to chill outside, so I went ahead and booked, I guess it's an expensive room at the, expensive, like, I don't know, $140 total at Travelodge in Blairmore, so I got about 8 Ks of walking to go, and then gonna go have myself a nice evening in a hotel, which is quite nice. Quite excited for that. Oh well, see you guys in a bit. And there we are, Coleman. Well, I'll be staying in this little town in the next couple nights, but tonight I'm in Blairmore, so it's still another 4 Ks to go, but I think I'm gonna stop at the subway before I go to the hotel.